The Paris Motor Show may have traditionally been a European stronghold, but this year more than any other, the lack of buzz from the big Japanese manufacturers was obvious. So it was left the Malaysian-owned Lotus, which launched 5 new models, and Indian-owned Jaguar Land Rover to provide the Asia focus.
Ladies and gentlemen, a concept that salutes our past and signals our future. The Jaguar CX-75. This is the future. It is beautiful and fast. It is art and machine.
Jaguar did that in style with the CX-75. A bold, eye-catching concept that introduces jet turbine propulsion to cars. Jaguar has equipped the two-seater with a pair of diesel-fed jet turbines that power up a set of batteries, which in turn drive electric motors at all 4 wheels. But while the properly space-age propulsion system is still very much conceptual, the design language, especially that front end, is a sneak peek at what the next range of Jaguar road cars will look like.
To continue to create modern cars that excite and of course inspire. This car is a statement of intent, and it's a statement of intent for the next part of that adventure.
While the CX was clearly one of the showstoppers of Paris 2010, over at sister brand Land Rover, there was another slightly bigger four-wheeler drawing admiring glances.
I'm with the new Range Rover Evoque, and it's a very significant car for the brand. It's the smallest car they've built, and it's the biggest step they've taken towards the soft-roader market, which is the larger part of the SUV segment. But don't be fooled, the Evoque is not two-wheel drive. It has a full-time four-wheel drive system. It has the terrain response system, the latest version, which blends the best bits of what you get in the Freelander 2 and what you get on the Range Rover Sport. Another significant thing, this has an inline 4-cylinder engine, a first for the brand. With a turbo, the 2-litre engine makes 240 PS. This car will come to India, but 2 things need to happen first. We need to see the 5-door version of this car, and we need ride and drive.
Paris was also our first chance to see another much awaited and more India-centric car in the metal. In this case, a new look for an old friend. India loves the Swift, and this love affair began nearly 5 years ago when the Swift was introduced to the Indian masses. This car offered affordable and dynamic performance in a compact package. But now there's an all-new Swift out in the market, and as you can see, it's transformed dramatically. There's a new set of headlamps that are much larger, there's a new grille, and there's a new bumper. But so much for the cosmetic changes. Structurally, this car has grown longer, and because of that, I'm going to show you just how much of a difference this has made to the interiors. As you can see, I've adjusted the driver's seat to my position, and now I've got it in the back, and there's a lot of legroom inside, and that is going to be one of the biggest USPs of this car when it comes down to India. Of course, it's still going to be powered by the new K-series engines as well as that 1.3 diesel, and so performance is still going to be on par as well as efficiency. Like Suzuki, another company that considers India a home market is Hyundai, and the Koreans also had a very interesting small car on show.
The big small car for Hyundai at Paris is the iX20. What is it? Well, it's a hatchback, but it's based on the i20 platform. Where the i20 is more like a normal hatchback, this is a little bit more like an MPV in size, shape and packaging. The mini MPV is a very interesting segment, and we know for a fact that there are other Indian manufacturers that are actively considering this segment as something that might find great popularity in India. This car shares engines with the i20, and it would be easy to bring to India. However, Hyundai's official line is that this car cannot be launched in India anytime before May 2012. Will Hyundai change their mind? It would be an easy shift to make.
General Motors' fortunes in India have been on an upswing in 2010 thanks to the success of the Cruze and Beat. And GM will be looking to build on that success with some more launches very soon, starting with the new Aveo. The big news from Chevrolet is the launch of 4 new models for the international markets, 2 of which are very relevant for the Indian market as well. There's the large SUV, the Orlando, then there's the Cruze hatchback, there's the updated Captiva, and then of course there's the all-new Aveo. In fact, the Aveo is a stunning, a very, very impressively designed hatchback. It's a far cry from the Aveo that's sold presently in India. Well, it borrows several design aggregates from the Cruze as well as the Beat, especially that front end has got this large grille, and then it's got the instrument console, the instrument panel and the interiors. Well, it's that motorcycle-inspired bit that we saw on the Beat. And as for the engines, well, it will still have the same range of petrol, diesel, as well as LPG. A very impressive car indeed, and we're really looking forward to it in India. Since the split with Mahindra & Mahindra, Renault has been working on its plans to fly solo in India. And this rather nifty crossover would be a very important part of it.
What you see behind me is the Dacia Duster. This car is probably coming to India badged as a Renault. You're going to get a 1.5 litre diesel or a 1.6 litre petrol under the hood. 105 PS roughly they both make. Two-wheel drive version or four-wheel drive version, both are available. And as you can see, it's a good looking car. Fit and finish levels are pretty good. Build quality is pretty good. So this will be an interesting SUV to watch out for.
Now the significance of this car is that the Duster will be assembled in India next year. And more importantly, it could be priced under 10 lakh rupees. Mitsubishi's India innings have been a little slow on the uptake, but after the scintillating Evo 10, what's up next is this, the ASX. It's a compact SUV. It's positioned a little below the Outlander and is powered by a 1.8 litre direct injection 4-cylinder diesel engine. It makes about 150 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque. But what would be very interesting to see is that when this SUV comes down to India, what would the pricing be like? That it's a very dynamic, very imposing and very stunning looking SUV is a given. But just how good is the performance going to be? Well, we'll give it a shot once it comes down to Indian roads. Coming up on the other side, things get electric, eye candy for rally enthusiasts and some Italian beauties.